Hello there, it is happy hour again. So this week we're working on the orange bag. And I honestly haven't figured out what I'm going to do this week. So I wanted to see what I have in here. I do have a stack of these. That would be fun to make something out of those. I've got orange flowers. I've got quite a bit of stuff in here. All right, let me get my tray and we will separate these. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, so let's pull all this stuff out and see what I've got. Makes it a lot easier once I dump it all out. So, alrighty, so shapes can go back there. Alrighty, and these are all things that are already done. Let's see, so that's a shape, picture, extra, picture, shape, picture, shape, extra. That's a shape, extras. Alrighty, flowers, flowers, flowers. Extra stuff, shapes, shapes. Ooh, some tape in there. That's made already. Guess those can go in shapes. Oop, another sticker. That's so pretty. More stickers. And this is what I like to do. Just try to separate everything and see what the heck I've got in here. That's so pretty. Alrighty. That can go in there. That can go in there. A llama. That still looks like a toilet seat. Alrighty. Oh, I've got a little foxy there. Oh, I forgot I had those in there. Nice. That'll make life easier today. So any images or stickers or whatever there, I'm sticking right over here, and anything that's pre-made, then I can stick over there. Shapes can go there. So that's what I'm doing, is separating different things like that, because these are what I can slap right on there. Oops, I want that one. Shape, shape. Alrighty, we're down to the nitty-gritty now. This is awesome. These can actually go over there. Hot dogs. All right, this is perfect. Very good. Okay, so I've got all that separated. Yay me. And these are all things that can go right on. So where's a couple of those big things? Alrighty. I'm trying to think. I've got those big stars, so I can play with those. I've got this border. Got this, that's big. That's a border that can now I'm just trying to go through here and pull out what I can make real quick and easy. So what are some fast, easy things? I saw something else in there. What was it that I saw? That's kind of cool. Alrighty. Alright, anything else made up already? Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Let's start with all that. And then we've got all these bits and pieces here. Alright, so let's see what we can come up with. That's a good idea. Okay, that's already started. That's real fast. So these are started. That looks like it's almost done. That needs something else on it. These are pretty much done. That's done. That's done. And I can finish that. All right, so let's do this. So I'm going to start by pulling out some blank cards, and we'll start putting stuff on there. These are so pretty. All right. That's really pretty. All right. I also want to see, let's see. Oh yeah, this is orange. This has orange in it. So that might be a good idea to use up some of this. It's a nice ribbon. That kind of matches. I actually like that. Oh, I've had this sitting on my desk for quite a while. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. You know what? I think I'm gonna just go for it. Why not? Let's go ahead and put some glue on here. How wide is that? It needs to be up a little bit more. Alrighty. Nice, nice, nice. And these are my cloth scissors. That's why I keep them in my drawer. So I don't use them on paper, because once you use them on paper, they don't work anymore. All right, that is pretty. I like that. Alrighty, and this definitely has that green in it, so that's nice. I like that together. Or I could bring it down, put something up there. Do I want 2 rows? Ooh, I like 2 rows. All right, we're gonna do 2. Whoa. And I think I'm gonna make it easier for myself and draw a little mark right there. That way I know where to put the glue. So we are leaving tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to West Virginia for another look at some houses. Our realtor has a group of houses for us to go and look at. So we're trying to whittle it down. And we shall see. If we find something, I'll let you know. Because we're getting very excited because we're hoping to have moved there by the end of the year. That'll be nice. All right, now is that glued down? Nope, I figured that needed to be put down some more. And my daughter, my younger daughter, is so excited. And our grandson, he's so excited because they've lived away for a while. And even though we go a couple times a year, it's not the same as living there. And they're very active. They like to get out and do things. And she loves to cook. And she loves cooking for family. So she's going to really enjoy that. Maybe I'll 3D this up. That'll be pretty. So she's like, I can't wait till you move here. So she said, I'll make you dinners and bring them over. And I love her cooking. She makes yummy food. She went to Johnson & Wales chef school. So she loves to cook. Yep. That was really hard for her too, because she kept passing out. Whenever she would have the labs and they'd be cooking in the kitchens, she'd pass out every single time, and they couldn't figure out why. Was it nerves? Was it anxiety? What was wrong with this girl? And she went a year early, so she went her senior year. So, and that very first year is when she started, just every time she would have a lab, she'd just pass out. Come to find out, she's very allergic to latex, and all of the chef hats are made with latex. So every time she'd put that latex hat on, within 10 minutes, bam, she'd be passing out on the floor. So they had to order a special hat just for her. That was something else. Gosh, I haven't thought of that in years. I'll have to mention that to her. She did not like that. I like the way that looks. All right, and I've got another one. Yes, I do. Let's make another one just like that. Why not? That makes it easier when I can do 2 of the same thing. Where'd I put that? Right there. And that's a nice use of that gorgeous ribbon. And thank you, Tina, for this ribbon. Yep, I've had it around for a couple years, and I've used it in many different ways. And I like it because it's a nice cloth ribbon. So yeah, she had a bit of a hard start there, but she did good. And I love the way that they pay back on their the different things they do on their with their loans when you apply. If the kids keep a 4.0 average, then 4 and then 3.5, either 4.0 or 3.5, 3.75 and 3.5, 3.5. Then they can earn, I don't know what the heck that is, they can earn percentages off their next year's degree. And so she got her second year for free, which was really nice. Come on off of there. I'll have to make sure I cover that up. And then she also was doing, if you sign up to help other people study, then you get a percentage towards your tuition. So they do a lot of things like that, which is really, really nice. And a lot of the community colleges will give you a percentage off if you go your senior year for your first year, which is really nice, because I know my grandson is doing that this year. He just finished his high school this year, and his first year he took his last year at his college there in West Virginia. So, and he was just asked, this is so cool, he was just asked by the dean if he would consider drawing up the plans for an extension to their library. They want to do an addition to their library. And he's only 17. He just graduated high school and finished his first year of college, and they've asked him to draw the plans out because they're really impressed with his work. And it's like, oh my gosh, that is just so neat. He was very taken back by that. He was like, Grandma, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, I don't know what they want. I don't know what they want, what they expect. And it's like, well, so we're going to go talk about it this weekend with him and see if we can't talk to him and help him realize it just takes a little bit of courage. You'll do it just fine. Alrighty, so I'm going to have to put it, all right, that does cover that up. Perfect. All right, good. This is so going on there. Yep. So we'll see what he does about it. He's a little on the shy side, so, but of course he's thrilled that he was asked to do something like that. But they just blew his mind. And his professor has been helping him because she's just so impressed with how he's picking up learning, and he's got a mind like his mother. She reads something or learns something one time, and then she's got it memorized. And it's just amazing how he's got that same gift. That's pretty cool. There. That is so pretty. I really like those. All right, now I'm going to do something else. I'm going to see what a bow in the middle would look like made with these. And I should really use my cloth scissors for this. It doesn't matter if I use those scissors or not, but because those are just for paper anyways. But once you cut paper with the cloth scissors, you can't, it's really hard to go back unless you resharpen them. All right, so let me see if I just cut it right down the middle. And then right down the middle. And then our younger grandson, he just won a tool. He won a screwdriver. He was so excited because he's in plumbing and heating. He's in the tech school this year, and he just started high school. And they had to build, he said they had to build the water pipes up on the ceiling, and then they had to run the water through, And if it didn't leak, they would win a prize. If it leaked, they had to start over again. So he was all excited because his worked the first time. So he won. His was the only one that worked first time through. So he was so excited, of course. So he's calling me saying, Grandma, I won, I won, I won. And he was so proud. That's so fun. Actually, he said it more like, Grandma, hi, it's me, Avery. He's got that deep voice. I won. I won a screwdriver. I love it when he calls and says, hi, Grandma. Because his voice is so deep. I love being a grandmother. It is so much fun. Yep. And both of my grandsons are just so gallant. They're always so worried. I get dizzy real easy, so they worry that I'm going to fall down. And so whenever we go anywhere, that is perfect. Love it. So whenever we go anywhere, then they'll both make sure that they hold onto my arm, or they offer me their arm, or they'll hold my hand and say, here, hold my hand until we get up to the storefront. And it's like, okay. They're just so darling and so thoughtful. It's been nice because I was very blessed to have a husband that was able to afford for me to stay home. So I was able to watch the grandkids, all 3 grandkids, until they went into school, and even after that. So that was wonderful. Very blessed because of that. A lot of grandparents can't do that, and that's just so sad. But I was very blessed to have all 3 of them live here when they were little, and I was able to watch them and spend that special time with them. And yep. That is really cute. I love them. That's what I've been doing with this, is making cute little bows with it. And that is just adorable. All right, so let's get those. Where did they go? I moved it right there. Put this extreme sticky stuff on there. Ah. I like the way that looks. Ooh, I'm to the end of this one. Woohoo! Yay me. Okay, let go. Let go. Let go. Let go my ego. Oh gosh, 2 of them are stuck together. That's funny. Okay, so let's put this one on there. And then maybe pull that off. All right, I did it. That worked. Yay me. Those are cute. I like those. Nice. Alrighty, and then that other piece, I can go ahead and cut that, and we can put that on the inside. Why not? We'll have 2 pieces of that. Then the inside of the cards will match the outside. Voila. Gotta love it. And you gotta stay on. All right, now let's open this up. And rub it on a couple times and then get this side done. Alrighty. Wow, that's real sticky now. Woohoo. Alrighty. Fingers real sticky. There, that's pretty. I like the way these came out. Very, very, very nice. So what are you working on? Are you just watching, or are you working on something with me? I've had a few people tell me that they've started color bags also, and that they're liking the idea. It's really helped me, I'll tell you, because before then I had a box, a couple boxes, shoe boxes, that I would just throw images in, like I would throw all this type of stuff in there. And then I loved digging through, but I'd dig through and find all the orange stuff, and I'd make it in a pile, and then I'd make something. So it's kind of the same thing, but less organized. But then that pile started, those boxes started getting more and more full. And I thought, all right, I need to do something different. So that is so adorable. Just a note to say thank you. And this is from Terry Parker. Terry Parker made this, so I'll have to make sure that I sign her name on the inside of this too, because these are going to go to the seniors. I really like how these came out. That's really cute. Those are pretty. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so I've got to write down Terry's name in here. All right. Terry, Terry. Yes, no, maybe so. That doesn't really cut it. Okay, what about these? These are just sitting here. Got a whole bunch of them in here. These are bits. Whenever I get a washi tape on my envelopes, then I put it on the... Ooh, that might match. Yes. Then I put it on white paper, and then I stick them in here and make little flags and stuff, and throw sass around like confetti. Well, there's another. That looks kind of similar. Oh, there's another one of those. But I save them for things like this, because then I can use them in or outside of a card, which makes it nice. Alrighty, I kind of like these ones. I think I'm going to use those. All right, so let's trim this down. Let's do that. Voila. Sometimes I even have to piece the pieces together because they're torn. And I'll sit there and take the time and piece them together, because I'm like that. Alrighty, now maybe I should go ahead and do them both the same size. Let's do that. Do I want to flag them? Why not? Woo. Alrighty. Voila, then that can go on the top and that one can go on the bottom, and that'll be cute. Let's do it. Maybe I'll 3D these up. That'll be fun. So it's pouring down rain out there today. What a nasty day for my poor husband to have to carry boxes outside. We've been doing so many boxes each day, packing the boxes up for us to move. And each time we go to my daughter's to look for more houses, we take another small load of stuff to her house and just stick it in her basement for now. Because I have so many craft supplies. 30 years worth of saving stuff. So that's mostly what we've taken over so far, is just anything like that I don't really need. right now. So, and extra clothes and things like that. We just went through, yesterday I went through my mugs. I knew we had a lot of mugs, but I didn't realize how many we actually had. That was really ridiculous how many mugs we had. So I told my husband, I said, all right, I said, all your mugs are here on the counter, so I've already thrown out all the extra ones that we never use, and I said, these are all the ones that I've seen you using, so pick through and keep the ones you want and get rid of the ones you don't want. So, and then what I'm going to do is just keep one mug for each of us out and pack the rest. So, and the other ones are all going to be, they were already thrown away, so we got rid of the extra ones. So that's nice. That came out cute. I like that. Alrighty. I think maybe a couple little flowers, and I keep punching out little flowers and throwing them in here. Oh, and there are little orange ones, but that's not the right shade. I think I want just plain white, and as a matter of fact, maybe I'll do, oh, maybe I could do in here. That would be cute. Oh, these were ones that fell on the floor, so they've got fuzzball on them. I could do that in the middle of that. That's cute. All right, let's do that. Let's build a flower. Yep. Here goes my lid. Oop, landed right behind me. It actually bounced right behind me, bounced on my butt, and then went somewhere. Where did it land? Is it on my chair? No. Oh, good golly, where did it go? I felt it bounce on my butt. That is really weird that it shot right up behind me. I don't know where the lid went. That is really weird. Where did it go? In that bucket? Oh, for crying out loud. Is that it? Nope. Huh. All right, well, I guess I have to look for a lid when I'm done. I've got an extra lid in here. Now I'm digging in the garbage because I know I threw an empty one out yesterday. Is that a big one or a little one? I don't remember. Oh, well, whatever. Let's get this on here. It's already dried. Go figure. I can't believe that flew off. Now I can't find it. That's funny. Alrighty. The things that happen to me. All right, pink right there. That bright, bright bubblegum pink. It's so pretty. Oh, yes, that's pretty. I like it. Alrighty, now the inside. I've got this piece, and I've got this. That's pink and orange. You know what? I'm going to put that on there, and then we'll hang that down. I'm just flinging everything now. All right. Yes, I laugh at myself quite often, especially when silly stuff like that happens. It just tickles my funny bone for some reason. And I'll, of course, call my sister later and tell her what happened. And she'll laugh with me. That's cute. I like that. Okay, let me get on the floor and crawl around for a minute. here. I'll find it when I sweep. That's what it's going to be. When I sweep the floor, or it fell in one of these, bounced back off in one of these boxes that I really don't feel like emptying out these boxes that I've already packed, but all right, whatever. We'll see. Okay, next. I can't believe that. That's so funny. Alrighty. Get back in the zone, Barb. Alrighty, let's do this. Dreams don't work unless you do. From Elsie Bartlett. I've had this one for a while. That is really pretty. Ooh, that would go on that side. That's really pretty. Looks like you printed that off. You must have printed that. That's really pretty. I like it. Okay, I need something to go behind it. Let's see, what else is in here? That flower is gorgeous. Wonder if I could fit that on there, but that would take away from that, huh? Alrighty, let's move this out of the way, and let's see. Whoops, whoa, dropping everything. Now where'd the butterfly go? Oh my gosh. Alright, I just had a butterfly right in my hand, and that fell too, and there must be a big quagmire behind me. Everything's falling in it. Alright, and there's nothing behind me but my bed. Alrighty, you know what? I'm wondering if I do this. That's a longer one. Yes, like that. Ooh, yes, that's pretty. Those two together with that on there. I like it. Let's do that. That's purty, purty, purty. Alright, so, and Christine Ward sent me this gorgeous piece. And I love it. So I kept it. Yes, I did. And I like taping these together like this because then it's so much more easy to glue it down in place instead of wrestling with it when it's time to glue it down. Alrighty. I can't believe I lost the butterfly too. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I crack me up. Yep, that's pretty. Alrighty. So getting up early. Kevin wants to leave around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning so we can leave. And then we want to try to get there because there's an open house tomorrow afternoon. Oh, I'm looking for the lid. There's an open house tomorrow afternoon that we'd like to go to. And that's from 12 to 3 or 1 to 3, something like that. But we should definitely be there in time. So that'll be nice. Yep. That's so pretty together. I like that. All right, where's my gummy eraser? It had to have fallen down. Oh, here's this big one. That one. Ooh, that did work. Yay. All right. Voila. That's pretty. Yippee, yippee, yippee. I like it just like that. I keep trying to think, do I want anything else on there? But I don't think I do. And you know what? If I leave it like this with no embellishments, That can be for the dementia patients, so I think I'm just going to do that. And I'll see, I'll have to put your name down here. There we go. Oops, come on. That's nice. All right. All righty. That way I remember. Okay, next. All righty, let's see what time we're at. 36 minutes, good. We've got plenty of time to keep going. That's awesome. All right, will that fit this way? If I trim it off a wee bit, it will. Or do I want it this way? Maybe that way. All righty, let's see what we have in the brown. Oh, that's right, I made that neat background. That would be really cool. I could put that on. Ooh, I like that. Or do I want it right down the center? Come on, little hair. There you go. I think I'll make it off to the side. That way, actually, yeah, if I do it that way, and then put something else along that edge. See, and I've got my, this is all my brown papers. What's that? Oh, that would be nice, but nah. And I've got a whole slew of these. These are all from Stamp Camp. They were the middle of die cuts. And I thought, they're so cool looking. And I like to use them for stuff like that. I could actually cut that like that. That's pretty cool. They just look so neat. Nope, I want something, because I don't want to take away from that. Alrighty. That'll work. And then maybe a black strip right between. Or do I want to cut that in half and put that on either side? That would be cool. Let's do that. And then that can go on the inside. All right, so let me put this in here. Green, 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 brown, brown, brown. Okay. So, if we cut this down. There, put that on either end. Leave a little border. All right, now we're going to slide it back and forth. Oh, and I ended up where I wanted it. That's good. Woohoo. Well, that's good. And this one is from Target, and it looks just like the Elmer's. So I'm wondering if they didn't just put their name on it, which very well could be. I like it like that. That's cool. Yep. Because some stores will do that. They'll pay to have their own branding on it. And then they sell it less than the Elmer's. Yep. There, that's cool. All right, and then we can put this on. Ta-dam! All right. Give that a little back rub. That's pretty. I like that. And then we can put this on the inside. Because why save it when we can put it on the inside and make the inside match up? Nice. Alrighty, we've got another one done. What else is in here? All right, we've got another one of those, and we've got this, and that matches. Let's see what we can do with that. That's a good idea. That's pretty together. That's gorgeous. Ooh-wee. Purda, purda, purda. Let's do that. That's pretty. Alrighty. Still looking for that cap. Over, give it a nice little back rub. These two can go back in this little jar. There. Now this can go right here. And this can go here. That's pretty. I'm thinking of 3D'ing this up though. So let's, I believe this is a sticker. There it is. I thought it was. That's pretty. Alrighty, and this is definitely going to get 3D'd up. Perfect. I like the way that looks. That's pretty. Alrighty. And I've got more of that. Got another big piece. I could cut another bit off. I could put that on the back of it. That might be kind of cool. I think I'm going to do that. That's neat. Do I want to put a couple of torn bits? Or both? Well, let's do this, because I do like that. That's neat. Why not? All right, where's that glue? There. And that's pretty, just like that. I like that. Maybe I'll just do a skinny strip of this down along the bottom. That'll be pretty. All right, we can do that. That is so pretty and shiny. I like that. That's nice. Okay, and now we've got this, and this just needs to be finished. So I need to find something that I can put on here. So let's look in here and see. We've got this little bit here too. All right, so what else is in here? What's that? And what is this? Just bits and pieces. That does not match. That matches. A mushroom. Oh, let's see. That matches. It kind of tones it down a little bit too. What do I like? Ooh, that one's even better. I like that one. Ooh, okay, that's gonna go on there. And then what else? All right. Ooh, you know what? I've got these which would match very nicely. Let's do that. That would be pretty. All right, so I'm thinking I'm gonna fold this and make this into a tab for the top. That'll be nice. So let's go ahead and curl this to soften it up. So that way it doesn't crack when I bend it. Because that'll happen if you don't do it. There. Nice, nice, nice. I actually have a sore throat. I can't believe I've never had a sore throat before. My sister used to get sore throats all the time. My one daughter used to get sore throats all the time. But I've never had a sore throat, and it just feels so weird. It's miserable. I've had sore everything else, but never a sore throat. So it's kind of weird to be feeling this. There, that's pretty. That looks like an owl head. With his ears, and he needs some eyes right there. That's fun. Okay, let's look at these. So I've been drinking lots of water and drinking lots of tea. Ooh, that's pretty. Like that. That's pretty. Okay, now I need words. Let's see. Do I want a dictionary word? No. Not liking that. Alrighty, how about some of these words? Dream big, never give up. Learn something new. Oh, I like that. Dream big. Let's see. If I cut that. Or learn something new. And this dream big, I can cut off. There, learn something new. That's cute. I could do that. And that. That's actually kind of cute. Or do I want to cut those silly pictures off? Maybe I want to cut off those silly pictures. Alrighty, that's a good idea. Like that. Learn something new. Or do I want that down there? And then 3 little flowers up here. 1, 2, 3. That's cute. Or 5. 5 flowers. Yes. and learn something new. And then that with that. That's kind of cute. Oh, look at all those flowers. Oh, that used up all those little ones. You know what? That's cute, and I can use all those little ones up. Why not? Cute, cute, cute. I think I'm going to go for it. That'll be adorable. Let's do that. All right, so let's put that on there. There. And I like this one here. There. And these ones. There and, whoops. And there. And this guy. Right there. And these. There. And these two. Stay. My finger's sticky. Stay. Get off my finger. All right, that's cute. I like that. Learn something new. That's pretty. And then I've got more flowers, so if I make this into a card, that would be really cute. So, I like that. Let's make that into a card. I've got enough time, don't I? 52 minutes? Yeah, I've got enough time to make this into a card and then be done. So let's do that. That's pretty. Alrighty. So I need something to go on the back of that. How's about? How's about? Orange. Let's see. What do I have in my orange file? Do I have anything that'll match? Probably not. Not quite bright enough. That's so pretty. Sue Holland made this. That's a little piece I've got left. Ooh, I've got these. Does that take away? I'm not thrilled with it. All right, and what about this? That's bright. That one works. Haha. I like that, especially on that side. Yeah, I like that. Then we could do flowers going down. Maybe. Or just 3 in the middle. There's way too many flowers. Way too many flowers. Okay, we're definitely not doing any more flowers. We're good. All right, so I'm not liking that, but I do like that orange. That's okay. And then how about green? Let's see. That green is not quite what I'm looking for. That one, maybe. I need something fluorescent. Do I have fluorescent? Oh, hang on. A friend of mine just gave me some green and orange. That's right, she gave me both of these, and that matches. All right, we're going to use this. So, I'm thinking maybe the green, that would be pretty. All right, so let's move this out of the way. And let me put these flowers in here. I might leave out, oh, they all have 3Ds on them. All right. Okay, there's one flat one. Thinking, I guess it wouldn't really matter if I did. Well, I guess I could do those ones on the inside. All right, so let me get my cutting board and we'll cut this in quarters first. Four and a quarter, 4 1/4. I like to cut my colored cardstock down so that I can get 4 cards out of each one. Yep, because that costs more money than the white, that's for sure. Yes, that's a good idea right there. Okay. That. All right, so let's cut this down. And actually, I think I want to run this through my polka dots. So 5 1/4 by 4. There, and then let's polka dot it. Yep, all my folders are all packed except for this one. This is the only one I've left out. So you're stuck with polka dots until I move. And that could be anywhere from now up till for 4 or 5 more months. We're hoping they'd be gone by the end of the year, but we'll see. All right. Oh, yes. As soon as I saw that, that's so cool. Yep. I like it. I do. All right, so gotta do my thing. Reach that over and punch that out. There we go. And we can glue this down. Gotta love to save those guts, because you never know. That little bit just might save in postage if you're sending this out. Sometimes that's all you need, is just that little tiny bit to be removed so you can fill it up with other goodies instead. Alrighty, then that can go on there, and this can go right here. That's purty. Actually, I'm thinking of taking my decals and trimming up the center, putting half of this along the edge, like so. I like that. Okay, let's do that. Oop, good thing I looked on the other side. It is white on the other side. I was thinking it was double-sided. I'm glad I looked. There. Nice. And then this can go on there. Do. And then this piece can go on the inside. That's nice. I like that. Okay. Then we can put this on the inside along with one of these. Perfect. That's awesome. Okay, that matches. Very nice. Okay, now we've got that one and this one. That can go on the inside. So that can go there. And this one can go here. Voila. I love it. All right, very nice. I'm impressed. So what time are we at now? Where's my orange bag? Let's put this back in there. Oh, 1 hour. All right, very good. So let's show you what we've made. So we've made this one. I like that. All righty, we made this one. I love that on the inside. We've got this one. We've got this one. We've got this one. This one's so bright and cheerful. This is my sister's taste. She loves those bright neon colors. I'm more like these, more fall type colors, monotone colors. And this one. Alrighty. So do you have a favorite out of all these? If I had to pick a favorite, I would say either this or this. These two I like the best. So which ones are your favorite? Let me know in the comments. That's always fun to hear. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.